Welcome to the Snazzy Sage Podcast. I'm Dr. Kerry, your host and coach. Each week, I chat with remarkable guests who are thriving in their next chapter with confidence, purpose, and style. Because the next chapter isn't about age, it's all about attitude. Let's dive in. I'm so excited today to share with you my guest, Dr. Andrew Burnstine. For some background information, he was the first person that ever hired me to teach. We worked together at American Intercontinental University. We also worked together at the Art Institute of Fort Lauderdale, and we continued to work together on different advisory councils and boards throughout our career. Dr. Burnstine is an experienced educator, business executive, on-air fashion and retail commentator, and entrepreneur. He currently serves as the associate professor at Lynn University in marketing. But before academia, Dr. Burnstine held senior leadership roles, including serving as an executive vice president for several renowned luxury retail brands. He is skilled in nonprofit management, retail and fashion management, and he's also an on-air fashion reporter. Dr. Burnstine earned his PhD from New York University. Join me in welcoming Dr. Andrew Burnstine.
Hi, thank you so much, Snazzy Sage, for having me on the podcast today. I can't wait to get started with your incredible viewers.
Oh, thank you. Well, thank you so much for being here. And you are really an expert in fashion. In fact, your nickname is Dr. Fashion.
Dr. Fashion, you're right.
I love it. So I wanted to bring you on the podcast today because as we age, fashion seems to go out the window. And, working in the fashion industry, we see models on the runway, but we don't see models in the nursing home. And certainly there is opportunity, I believe, to continue with the fashion trends. I love shopping. It's a relaxation for me just to walk through a mall. A mall is a museum to me, and I know not everyone thinks that way. But I wanted you to share with our audience, how can we take what's on the fashion runway or what's in trend and bring it into our closet and everyday life. So I wanted to start by first asking, how do we find out about fashion trends? Where do we start to look?
Go to Pinterest and Instagram. They're your best friends. Create a dedicated board or say collection of trends you like. Search for terms like 2025 or 2026 fashion. And also, Kerry, you want to go to retailer websites. Scroll through new arrivals, what's coming in. Keep an eye out for patterns, textures, silhouettes.
In terms of finding the trends, other places that I look, I used to stand in the longest line at a grocery store so I could look through Vogue and Elle and the other fashion magazines to see what's out there. But you can actually go to any of those websites today. You can also ask AI. You can ask ChatGPT.
For our young seniors, or maybe to-be seniors, we want our viewers to really be stylish. Without breaking the bank. The key is to blend a smart approach to transporting yourselves with creative, intentional styling. And I have some great tips and tricks and a breakdown for you. So let's get started. First, it's a mindset. Trend conscious, not trend obsessed. So you don't need to buy into every single trend. Instead, think of trends as a tool to refresh your existing wardrobe. Instead of just looking at the trends, to ask yourself, what is the core idea behind the trend? Is it a new silhouette, a wide leg pant, a specific Pantone color, an earthy tone, or a texture? So once we do that and get into the mindset, guess what? We're off and running.
And when I always think of silhouette, I think of, to make it simple, to think of like a skinny jean versus
Exactly.
a wide leg jean.
Right.
Or certain times a V-neck will be in versus a boat neck on shirts.
Yeah. And remember the fads, Kerry? We both know, being in fashion, that when we started teaching fashion, the fad was an animal print. And that goes back 45 years ago. A classic zebra print or a lion print. Guess what? They become a classic because they've been around season after season after season. So sometimes what we think is a fad, being in and out of style very quickly, could turn into a classic.
I have to tell you, I remember teaching and when I was younger, and I said to my class, you will never, ever catch me in animal print. I love animal print. Now, every time I'm on stage with comedy, I wear something cheetah because I have all my cougar jokes, but I absolutely love animal print. You're absolutely right. It went from a fashion piece to a classic piece. So,
And getting back, as I said, we need to invest in timeless staples because they're going to be around, right? These pieces are trend proof and can be easily mixed and matched with things that you have in your closet.
let's talk about staple pieces for
Okay.
men and for women. Could you give a few examples of what's a staple piece that every woman should have in her closet, and what are some staple pieces every
Sure.
man should have in his closet?
Well, women need well-fitting jeans, a classic blazer with a skirt, with a dress, with jeans or slacks. You need a great navy, red, white, cream color blazer. It's important. A simple white t-shirt that you can wear under anything. For when you're traveling, a trench coat. And that is classic too. And again, we said these are trend proof. For men, you want a really great blazer over a nice, it could be a polo, a shirt, a pair of slacks, nice loafers. And for men, you want a nice watch and a nice, beautiful leather pair of shoes.
Well, at Snazzy and Sage, I actually created a checklist, a wardrobe checklist of your
Good.
staples. What are the core pieces for men and women? And if you sign up for our newsletter, which is on our homepage at Snazzy and Sage, you'll get a free wardrobe checklist that will tell you the basics or the core pieces for both men and women. Can you also find anything that's trendy in your closet?
Yes.
Every 30 years, a trend comes back. So something that maybe you held on to for years and years and years, it's back.
Right. And here it is. And the great segue, audit your closet. Before you buy anything, do a wardrobe audit. Lay out all your clothes, rediscover what you already have. You'll find something, a forgotten item. It could be a cashmere sweater, something that you could put with other pieces, right? They might be a perfect base for a Y2K inspired look. And also, if you're a little bit older and you want to really have a bond, maybe with your daughter or granddaughter, hey, invite them over, have lunch. Go in the closet, maybe with a glass of wine or cocktail or even a soft drink and say, hey, June, help grandma out. Let's look at our closet and what are some of the trends that you come across that I could mix and match my things, or maybe with your daughter. Great way to bond, have a great date, or even with some of your friends. Audit your closet, do it as a fun experience. And you know what? You're going to get closer to those people. You're going to find out what they think are the trends, and you can incorporate it into your own lifestyle as well.
I love that because it's, as you mentioned, it's a very bonding experience. It's something fun, and it gives your daughter, your granddaughter, or grandson or son something to bond over and some common ground that you can
Right.
get excited about. Doesn't mean you have to follow their
Right.
advice, but they might put some things together.
Let's look in the closet and I can mix and match, a belt, a scarf, glasses, a hat. You can take those classic items and accessories and make 3, 4, 5 different looks.
So, Andrew, I have my core pieces. How can I take accessories, things like belts and scarves and jewelry, and update my look? So, it doesn't always mean when we're following the trends, it doesn't mean clothes. It also means accessories. Can you talk about that?
Exactly. Well, when you audit your closet and look around and you lay everything out, now go to your drawers in your closet, get out your handbags, your scarves, your belts, shoes, even watches, hats, and lay them out and start putting those pieces and accessorizing with the outfits. Guess what? Now you're going to be able to have 3, 4, 5 different looks with each piece.
Andrew, you are so passionate about fashion, about teaching. How did you get started in the industry?
Well, as I grew up in the industry, my grandmother and mother had a very luxury retail chain in New York and Florida called Martha's. We bought Valentino, Chanel, Saint Laurent, flew to Europe, bought all the designers, and I grew up since I was about 15 or 16 working in the store, and later on became buyer, merchandiser, ran the stores. So it was my passion. I got to meet designers like Valentino and Karl Lagerfeld, traveled the world. So I did that for certainly several decades. So it was in my blood. That passion for fashion was in the veins.
And speaking of fashion, what's your go-to style piece?
I like wearing a blazer, a nice, like you might see today. I have a blue and white two-tone shirt, white collar. I'm wearing a Hermes tie, a blazer with a beautiful pair of slacks, nice pair of shoes. You can wear that all the time, and you can wear it out. A lot of times I do wear suits, even teaching. So I always like to dress up rather than down. I know a lot of colleagues in education dress down, but I've been in the industry. This is how I look. So I try to look good. You never know who's going to come around. You always just want to dress to impress. And I try to teach that to my students, dress for success. So you always want to look good. Only takes a little longer in the day or the morning to get dressed up. I mean, the dry cleaning bills could be a little bit out there, but just keeping yourself looking good because it's for yourself. You're a number one. So you want to make yourself look good, feel good. And the best way to do it is dress for success and be yourself and look good.
At Snazzy Sage, we teach that confidence is from the inside out. And when you dress well, you feel good. It's kind of that cycle, that 360-degree loop.
And again, even talking to those seniors or almost seniors, again, you don't need a lot of money, just a little creativity, shopping, looking around, change your things in your wardrobe, going to a nonprofit store or even a church store or whatever, looking around, buying something, sprucing it up. Again, you can look like this. Just it takes a little time, a little passion, and be yourself. Go with what you like, what you enjoy. Be the real you. And you can show that through fashion.
Andrew, I wanted to ask you, how do you view aging?
Aging is two things. It's a number and a state of mind. So you can be in your 60s or 70s and feel like you're 30 or 40s, or it could be in the reverse. I think you just have to appreciate getting up every day and being alive and doing the best you can. Exercising, eating well, being with friends, doing the hobbies that you like, staying active. And it's going to keep your body active, your mind active, and having a passion for something. Whether it's sports, walking, being with friends, running, fishing, reading a book, anything to keep your mind active and you as the person you want to be. And again, if you think like that, you're going to be around a long, long time. It's only a state of mind. If you think well, eat well, be well, guess what? You are going to be well.
That's so true. And Andrew, you have so much zest for life and so much passion. One of my jokes in my comedy set is I'm old enough to move into a 55 and over community, but I feel like I'm 100 years old. I'm exhausted. Do you remember Willard Scott used to celebrate the centurions on the Today Show and the news in the morning and put their picture on a Smucker's jar? I feel like I should be on a Smucker's jar. I am exhausted, but I love doing this and I love interviewing people like yourself that have just so much care and passion, care for your students, passion for fashion, and always a smile on your face. It's such a joy to be with you.
And Kerry, also my great aunt who died at 101, she was featured years ago on Willard Scott in New York because she made a beautiful smile, called her Aunt Sissy, and she made it to 101 and Willard, gave her a big hug and a kiss and whatever. So that was great. And a lot of people are living longer.
Absolutely.
Stay well, be safe. And my one thing I'm going to say to everybody, keep on checking Snazzy and Sage every week. Because what Kerry has to say to you is you can write it in stone and bring it to the bank.
Thank you. Andrew, it's been such a pleasure. Thank you so much
Kerry.
for being here.
My pleasure. Everybody have a great day and thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to Snazzy and Sage. If you loved today's episode, please subscribe, leave a review, and share it with a friend. Want to elevate your style and confidence? Visit snazzyandsage.com to explore individual and group coaching that helps you look and feel your best from the inside out. Until next time, stay snazzy.